Well, here we are again, preparing for another hopefully successful NCAA championship meet. It's been a very good season for us so far. I guess that's a bit of an understatement when, as a team, we've managed to reset 23, 24 school records this year, plus the number of times those have been rebroken, and been successful in the classroom, but I guess the big one being winning that men's A10 championship, which was a lot of fun. Obviously, the guy to my right hand side had a big part to do with that, with his repeat outstanding performer of the year at the A10s again, winning. How many did you win? Seven
Yeah,
championships
7.
this time? Seven. So it's been a really good year for us so far, and here we are, hopefully going to end it on a high note here at the NCAA championships again. It's a big privilege to go back to the meet. It's a very hard competition to qualify for, and one that we definitely haven't taken for granted since last year. One that we've worked very hard towards and putting ourselves in a good position. And that's not just Andrea here, but also Bakir Johnson, one of our assistants, our strength and conditioning staff, Chris Hayes, Kay McLean have done a great job with Andrea as well. And probably the biggest help has been just having a great supporting environment with his teammates and on both the men's and the women's side, that's not just pushing him, but him pushing them to hopefully, to having good performances earlier in the season and hopefully one more this coming week.
James, with your A10 title, second straight NCAA appearance, how do you attribute such a rapid turnaround for the program in just your second year?
A lot of luck, maybe. No, we've been fortunate enough to bring in some good talent, but at the same time, we've had a good number of our returners as well have really just bought into the culture that myself and the coaching staff have really tried to put together. When I was here 2 years ago interviewing, I knew that there was a lot of opportunity here, and I saw a lot of potential. And I'm not saying it's been completely smooth sailing along the way, but it's been a great journey so far, and we've been very lucky to do something so quickly and something so historic. Winning our first A10 championship ever for the university has definitely brought a lot of pride to not just everyone on the team, but probably the biggest and most important is probably that senior class that they've seen it all here. They've been here under two head coaches. They've seen a turn in the culture of not just our own program, but the commitment of athletics at this university as a whole. And there's been a lot of success recently. Men's tennis, the NIT last year, volleyball's been to A10 championship games over and over. The soccer teams, men and women, have won regular titles, and we're just happy to be adding to that too.
Andre, after last year's All America performance, what are your expectations heading into next week? And then, James, if you want to add anything after
Um, well, I'll start from our goal meeting at the beginning of the year. Um, I told James I had two goals for this season. One goal has already been achieved, which was winning A10s as a team. And then the other goal is relative to next week, and it's scoring more than last year. So getting a better position, hopefully in the top four, top three, four. And yeah, that's the main goal. But even if I don't achieve it, I'll be fine in swimming a better time. And we know already that the meet next week is going to be much faster than last year, especially in the 100 breast. So um, we can really, we cannot really know now what's going to be our goal. We can, you know, just go there with the best attitude and try to, you know, like do the best that we can.
We're definitely a very process-driven team. So from the last year, having such a good performance at NCAA's to this year, we've definitely taken some risks and done some changing up of training just for the whole year for Andrea as well, and introduced some new things. And hopefully there'll be some good payoff with that. But Andrea is absolutely right. It's a much more competitive meet this year. Not that it wasn't competitive last year, but it's a world-class field. And you can be there and have a great performance and be on the podium, and you can be there and just be 100th or 2/100ths of a second out and not even be making it back for finals. So I think we're focusing on the right things, with his training this year, and as we kind of come into this taper period. I know Burke and myself and the rest of the staff have been working very hard on the technical side of things and the process side, and we're just going to try and put it all together and see what we can do.
And now this year swimming 2 events, how does that change your preparation both physically and mentally here?
Well, it didn't really change it too much because I could have swum 2 events last year too, but due to the program, it was harder. So last year I would have had to swim like my worst events before the 100 breast. Now it's later, it's the day after, so it's the last day of competition, and um, it's always good to swim. And like nothing really changed too much. Along this year, we knew that the 200 breast could have been one of the events I would have swum at the A10s. So we focused a little bit more on like a longer pace um, for the breaststroke, and we sort of let the IM outside the training for a little bit, focusing a little bit more on breaststroke, and that's probably why um, I got the B cut. That wasn't expected, and yeah, and that's all.
Yeah, I mean it's always nice to have multiple events, but Andrea's right. I mean we know that the 100 breaststrokes is the strongest event. The 200 breaststrokes a great opportunity for us. If it works out really well, awesome. And if not, then it's definitely just a privilege to be there competing in multiple events.
When you guys are competing as a team, it's no secret that you feed off each other's energy and stuff. Competing as an individual, does that change your routine at all when you go to this national?
Um, for what concern the routine before the event at the meet, probably um, it's hard to get motivated without your teammate uh, beside you. Because, for example, at A10s, we all have a big warm up all together. We cheer before the meet, and like being there alone is a little bit different. You have to, I guess, be a little bit more focused on your race, but it's possible. I mean, it turned out to be good last year. I hope this year is gonna be as good as last year, even better probably. But like obviously you miss your teammates beside you on the day of the race, and to be honest though, the the few weeks before the race, it's actually probably the worst part because you have to practice alone because for them the season's over, and practicing alone is probably the worst part of it. So you always miss them, but you know that they're cheering for you even from here.
And then Andrea, as a senior now, this is your last NCAA championships. Does anything change for you, whether it's mentally or just kind of from a nostalgia standpoint about this being your final opportunity to swim in NCAAs?
Um, yeah, I think I've been a little bit more motivated this year compared to last year. Last year was very different. I didn't compete the whole season and just came up at the end, and I was really excited for like competing. This year I've been competing the whole season, but coming at A10s and then NCAAs, um, expected to be good is different than coming unexpected, and this motivated me a little bit more. So that's why I'm like more confident about these NCAAs because the A10s weren't supposed to be that good. I mean, you always hope, but it's hard to repeat yourself. And the fact that it went that well motivated me a little bit more, and like it makes me feel a little bit more confident about myself for these NCAAs.
And then finally, do you guys have any other thoughts you'd like to add heading into NCAAs next week?
Mm.
You don't have to.
I mean, it's we're very fortunate to be heading back again, and I'm not sure. I mean, for us, I don't even know the last time the program's been back in back-to-back years, and you know, we've been to the NCAA championships a handful of times. So for us to be back here in this position, it's not one we take for granted at all, and it's one that we're definitely going to embrace and appreciate. I mean, it's been a really good, you know, first 2 years for me here, and hopefully, you know, it has been a good, not hopefully, it has been a good 2 years for Andrea too. But you know, we're looking forward to, you know, hopefully closing the door on the greatest swimmer that's ever been a part of our program and in A10 history, and probably, you know, it's going to take a while to replace someone that's had such a positive influence on the program, not just through individual events, but in the classroom, and setting the standards for the teammates, and you know, putting us in this position. So we're very happy to be heading back to NCAA's. We're going to give it a good best shot, and you know, hopefully going to end this guy's career with you know, a little bit faster than last year, a little higher place than last year, and you know, that will jump us into springboarding year 3 for the program under me.
Um, yeah, going on with what you just said, yeah, like this season has been already super successful for me. Um, we didn't expect, I mean, we hoped, but we didn't expect, and it wasn't granted to go to NCAA. So I really, like the result of these NCAAs won't really matter too much to me, but at the same time, I really want to end it really well for this team and for, you know, the whole university.